Build-A-thon, Tech at NYU, coming to you live from New York City, and I am here with...
Maheen, straight from Queens, born and raised, New York.
Okay, so Maheen, what brings you here today?
Look, I mean, we're here at a Build-A-thon, right? We're surrounded by people that are coming here with the same vision to build something, right? And the beautiful thing about technology is whatever we have in our minds, we can bring it to life, right? And that goes for a lot of things. It goes with purpose. What do you want to build? Why do you want to build it, right? And I feel like the beautiful things about hackathons is everyone comes together with whatever vision that they have, and they share that vision with others for eventually maybe the world to see.
Is it your first hackathon?
No, this is my third, actually, yeah. My first one's at Brown University. We made like a little cat-themed debate game. We called it Paw and Order, a little play on words. That was fun. We won like best use of MongoDB.
Wow,
yeah.
Shout out to MongoDB, best use of MongoDB.
Yeah, if you need any MongoDB things.
No sequel, this is it.
No sequel, I got you. But second one was in Boston last weekend. I competed at Tufts, and that one was a little bit more fun because we didn't actually have too much of a technical demo, but what I loved the most was being able to explain my idea, and pretty much we said that we were going to rent goats from California to prevent wildfires because they graze on overgrown vegetation, and we had the research to back it up and everything. It was really fun. But yeah, those are my two previous projects. Right now I'm here at Tech NYU's Build-A-thon, and let's see what goes from here.
What's your background? Are you a student? Are you a graduate? Are you...
Yeah, so I'm currently a sophomore at NYU. I'm studying computer science and data science, a joint major. And yeah, basically, I actually came into NYU undecided. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I feel like the community at NYU, specifically in my cohort, which was computer science STEM oriented, connecting with Abdul, Wakas, all my friends that I have today, I hold them near and dear. They showed me the power of tech and honestly inspired me to just get my hands on some code and just start working from there.
Have you explored open source projects? What are your thoughts on open source and how much expertise have you worked?
Yeah, I think for open source projects, I know a lot of popular ones with specifically machine learning and stuff, Hugging Face and those of the like, as well as even a lot of people right now are making like JavaScript libraries for hackathons as well, for like React and React Native stuff. And I think open source, I'm glad you bring it up. It's an interesting philosophy behind it, and I think it's really beautiful how people can come together. Like for example, you pull up an open source repo on GitHub, and I don't know the person behind the screen, but I see what you're building and I'd like to contribute. I feel like, working on an idea, and you don't even need to know the person, but that common vision that you have, that I guess like in that Venn diagram, that intersection that we have, I can have whatever background, you can have whatever background, but that in the middle, you want to work on something, I want to work on the same thing, and building it from there, I think that's a very beautiful thing, and open source projects like exemplify that perfectly.
The stuff that you learned in college at NYU, how applicable is to what you're seeing at a hackathon and technologies people are using and concepts people are exploring? How similar is it?
Yeah, I think that's actually a beautiful question because in college, right, people think, okay, I'll hit the textbooks, study for my next quiz, study for my next midterm, study for my next final, get a grade and leave, right? But I feel like what's really glossed over, something that's like overlooked, is the network, right? In college, like I feel like those years in your early 20s are the years where you should be taking risks. You meet people that you like, you meet people that you want to talk to, you take risks on ideas and stuff.
Hackathons.
You go to hackathons, exactly. So I feel like what we see here is literally just an extension of that college-like culture, even though not everyone here has to be from college, but it's that same ambition, it's that same drive that you have when you're younger. I feel like here is perfect.
What brought you into tech? Why not major in, political science, history, or medicine?
Yeah, okay, that's another good question. I'd say not medicine because I hate needles, but as for like other fields, I feel like in terms of, I knew I wanted to do something STEM oriented because I liked math in high school, but what really caught my attention with computer science is, like I said before, that ideation, that vision that you have, and you can just honestly build anything, right? And the thing is that there's no barriers, because the only barrier is yourself and how much you know. But because of our access to the internet, our access to whatever people that we know, that they can maybe show us how to make something, I feel like the ceiling is really high with computer science. And honestly, it's not even a ceiling. I think you can go as high as you want. The only thing that's stopping you is yourself. And so it's a really personal thing to me that I wanted to pursue computer science, because knowing me, knowing myself, I feel like just seeing where my vision can take me, I'm not even driving. It's like my brain, if that makes sense.
Okay, so if you were to solve one problem for the world, what would it be?
Yeah.
What
okay.
tech?
Yeah. So me and my friends actually, we've been working with a nonprofit called Passengers United. They're basically like an MTA safety group. They're there on the front lines whenever like a tragedy happens on the subway or some incident that goes on, right? And what I really liked the most about Passengers United, what caught my attention, was their take on safety, right? And I feel like technology and artificial intelligence, everything, all the buzzwords you hear now is like, okay, yeah, people are building it, people are expanding it, but how can we leverage it to make society a better place, right? And making the world a better place is kind of what got me thinking with Passengers United. And my friends Timid and Alfredo, we actually work with them and we're building software. Right now we're in the stages of building a transit safety app, right? And pretty much kind of like Waze or like Citizen, it'd be crowdsourced, because especially in a city like New York, like people is all we have. They're our eyes and ears. And so with our transit safety app, people would maybe like give out an alert or something, they see something and they want to report it, and it would show up on other people's phones and it would show them, oh, this train station, there's some suspicious activity going on and stuff like that. And yeah, just like the power of crowdsourced data and working with other people, because at the end of the day, like New York's a big city, you have my back, I have yours, you know what I mean? And just like building something in that sense of the world, I feel like is a beautiful thing.
That's awesome. And what message would you share for maybe someone who's new to coding, wants to get into coding?
Yeah, I feel like for me, I'll speak from experience, right? Coming to college, not even knowing a single line of code, I feel like the biggest thing that you should know is if your dreams are realistic, you're not dreaming big enough. You know what I mean? I feel like so many people, like society, and it's not our fault because we see on social media or the people around us, maybe they're putting barriers on us. Oh, you can't do this, you don't even know code or something like that. But who are they to tell you what you can and can't do? You know what I mean? I think, I feel like we should be the only judges for what we're capable of. And our potential shouldn't be limited by what other people think of us.
And based on that, what's something that you've struggled with?
I feel like in high school a lot, I struggled with that societal perception of me. I would care about like what other people think about me, and it would honestly affect like how I would act, how I would dress, how I would speak. But in college, meeting people from various different backgrounds, it's not just like New York City, but like honestly like the rest of America and the world. People come to NYU from all different places. I think learning about different people's perspectives and finding the beauty in each and every person has their own story, right? So why do we have to limit our story? Why are we making our story based on what other people are talking about? We should be our own authors in that sense. And just like, yeah, just not caring about what people think, I think that's like the main force.
Amazing. Any message you want to share with someone listening?
Honestly, just keep doing what you love. Don't listen to what anyone else thinks. And honestly, just have fun with it. I feel like people are just so worried about results and stuff, but I think at the end of the day, it's what you're willing to take home to yourself.
If your future employer is listening, what company would you want to work for? What would be your ideal job?
Ideal job.
Ideal job and company.
Ideal job and company. I feel like anyone that's willing to take me, not in a way that, oh, I'm willing to hire you and you work for me, but more of like, I see that you have a similar vision. Anyone that's trying to work on safety, anyone that's trying to work on advancing artificial intelligence, I feel like anyone with a similar mindset in that sense, I'd love to connect, share ideas, bounce ideas, grab a quick cup of coffee or something.
Any companies come to your mind?
I feel like the main ones that come to my mind is like Google. I feel like research and like DeepMind, all that stuff. MongoDB too, if you wanna, hit me up, I got you. But yeah, honestly, just like any company that's willing to have that same ambition as I am.
Okay, so a startup.
Yeah, startups. I like those too. I know the startups here too as well. Soar and the such. Travel tech. The angle we're trying to attack today at this build-a-thon. Pretty much. Yeah, just trying to go from there. We'll see how it goes.
Cool. Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, Maheen Russell. That's MAHEEN RASSELL, or Instagram as well, Maheen_ with 4 more N's. But most of my work, I would say, you'll just see it on my GitHub, mrussell. But yeah, I think.
Are you committing every day?
Not every day. I used to, but now it's more like expanding. I'm not just on my computer all day anymore. I know in the summer I used to, but now it's more meeting people and exchanging ideas and stuff. I'm not really on my computer as much as I used to. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Pleasure.
No,